Good day children, Sairam. Welcome back to our second session of this lesson, Europe and India. Now children, in our previous lecture we have learned about American War of Independence and the French Revolution. We have also learned about the various discoveries that had taken place in the European society. Okay, so let's continue our lesson with the next topic, that is Industrial Revolution. Okay, just because of the various inventions that had taken place, big machines were made, like the flying shuttle of John Kay, the steam engine of James Watt. Okay, such type of big machines were made, and because of which the cottage industries were replaced by the big factories now. Even for transportation purpose, railways and steamers were used. Okay, the age of machines had come up now over here, and that came to be known as Industrial Revolution. Just because of these various machines which were coming up, it came to be known as Industrial Revolution. Now this Industrial Revolution, firstly it started in England. Slowly by slowly it started extending over to the west. Okay, before it had extended towards the west, till that time England had enjoyed a lot with this industrial prosperity. And so only England came to be known as the World Factory. Okay, they came to be known as World Factory. Okay, I hope children you have understood what is Industrial Revolution. The revolution which had taken place just because of the various discoveries and inventions made in the European society, and mainly these inventions were mainly in England. Okay, so only Industrial Revolution first took place in England. Okay, and because of which England only came to be known as the World Factory. Okay, next, here you can see the picture of flying shuttle, okay, which was invented by John Kay, and you can see over here the steam engine which was invented by James Watt. Next is rise of capitalism. Now let's see what is this capitalism. As you all know children, trade had begun now over here between Europe and Asia. How had trade begun in Europe and Asia now? Because more and more machines were invented now in the European society. When machines are invented, what happens children? The production is more. Previously it was cottage industries, it was handmade goods and all. So the goods were lesser, very few goods were there. But now the machines had come into picture, because of which the production was more. And when more production is there, we need more and more market. So because of this, what happened? Trade had begun between Europe and Asia with all these discoveries. So what happened? More and more traders came forward to start trade with the Eastern countries. Now which are the Eastern countries? Mainly Asia and European countries. Okay, so there was a rise in trading companies. Now as more and more traders came together, what happened? They started making their companies only. The traders joined up together, they formed a group, and a company was only started. Okay, as it was not very easy for one trader to just come up and go and trade with the countries in the eastern part. Okay, so what happened? They formed a union, we can say they came together and they formed a trading company only. Okay, seeing the profits that they were going to earn, what did the Europeans start doing now? The Europeans started giving military support, military protection and trade concession to the traders now of these trading companies. So whoever the traders were joining up with the trading companies, they were given military support. Okay, the military protection was given to them, concessions was given to them, so that more and more traders join up with this company and they can trade with the Eastern countries. As you all must be knowing, that trading with the Eastern countries was very much profitable. Okay, so now here more and more capital was joined up to England now. So seeing this capital, what they did, they started utilizing this capital for trade and commerce, to give a boost to trade and commerce, so that more and more trade and commerce can be boosted up. More and more traders can be given the concessions, okay, and the military support. So that money was used for this. And so only this came to be known as capitalism. Okay, so here only the rise of capitalism had come into picture. Okay, so because more and more money was gathered by giving military protection and trade concession. So this money was only used for trade and commerce. Okay, so this is only called as capitalism, rise of capitalism. Okay, children. Now the next one. Next word is colonialism. Now what is this new word, colonialism? The word colonialism means colonies. Okay, for example, when a trader goes to a particular place to sell his goods, okay, that place, okay, if he permanently goes to that place only and nobody stops him from going there, okay, so that particular place become the colony of that trader. Okay, so let's see what is this colonialism. Suppose a particular country, so exploitation of one country, when a country is exploiting another country by making it into a colony. Okay, now when a trader is going to a particular place again and again, he will be very much well known to that particular place. So he will start exploiting that place. What is the meaning of exploitation? Cheating and all. We can grab more and more money, take out more and more money from the merchants over there. Okay, so this is like an exploitation only. Okay, so what is this over here? Exploitation of one country by another by making it into a colony. Just now I told you what is a colony. So what is colonialism? When a powerful country on the basis of economic and military strength occupies another region and establishes its political supremacy in that particular place, that is known as colonialism. Okay, and who has this colonialism? When a country is powerful, okay, and his military and economic strength is nice and good, that country only can have colonialism. Okay, gain its dominance in colonialism. Okay, this colonialism only led to the rise of imperialism among the Europeans. Okay, so I hope you all have understood what is colonialism. Exploitation of one country by another country by making it into a colony, that is only called as colonialism. Okay, now the next topic we are going to learn is imperialism. What is this imperialism? Imperialism means it is a system, okay, in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its over domination and establishing many colonies over there. That is only called as imperialism. What is imperialism? A system in which a powerful country, whichever powerful country is there, they can control other countries by establishing their domination over that country. Okay, that is only called as imperialism. Okay, for example, many countries in Asia and Africa, they had fallen a prey to this imperialistic aspiration of European nations. Okay, many of the European nations, they had full imperialism in Asia and Africa. Okay, this many of the countries were under the European nations now. Okay, that is only called as imperialism. Next is imperialism of British East India Company in India. Now, many of the Europeans had come up to, first of all, they wanted to trade with India only. As you all know, India was a prosperous country. Okay, we used to call it as a golden bird, that is Sone ki chidiya. Okay, so many of the Europeans wanted to go and trade with India only. So there was a tough fight between the countries of Europe. Okay, so also there was a tough competition among Europeans for acquiring trade monopoly in India. Okay, what is the meaning of acquiring trade monopoly in India? That means full domination to trade with India. Okay, so that nobody can stop them from trading with India. Such type of domination all of the countries needed to trade with India. And one such, as we have already learned, there were trading companies. So one such trading company was the British East India Company, which was established in the year 1600 AD. In 1600 AD, okay, a British East India Company, it is the England company. Okay, England traders had formed this company. Okay, they came to India. They took the permission from Emperor Jahangir. Okay, they took the permission from Emperor Jahangir to trade with India, and they got the permission to establish the factory in Surat. Okay, so they were very much happy that they had got the permission to establish the factory in Surat, which was very much easy for them to take and bring the goods from the sea route. But these people, that is the British East India Company, they took undue advantage of this permission. What they did? They had got permission for establishing only one factory. But without permission, they started fortifying their factories. Okay, and that is multiplying their factories. More and more factories they had started putting up in India now. Okay, that is imperialism of British East India Company in India. Next is England and France struggle. Now, as I had told you, there was a tough competition between the European nations to have trade with India, and one such was France and England. Okay, England and France, they were rivals of each other. Why they were rivals of each other? Because both of them wanted their full domination over India, to trade with India, and which was not possible for both of them. Okay, so what they did, they started fighting. Literally 3 wars were fought between England and France. Okay, and what were the 3 wars called as? Carnatic Wars. It is Carnatic Wars. 3 Carnatic Wars were fought between England and France. In the 3rd Carnatic War, what happened? France was defeated. Okay, now here England was the winner. That means the British East India Company was the winner of this Carnatic War. So now England had its full domination. Okay, now England was not having any strong competitor opposite to them. Okay, so there was no strong competitor for Britishers now, as France was also defeated. Here you can see the picture of Emperor Jahangir and the permission letter given to the East India Company for trading with India. Okay, so this is a picture. I hope children you all have understood till here. The remaining part of the lesson we'll do in the next lecture. Till then, thank you children.